This was actually 2 whole years after both the summit and the COG had been established. So if the IGRTC was the secretariat to these 2 bodies and 2 years down the line it's not been established, so how are these 2 bodies operating? The summit, I think, was largely assisted by the Ministry of Devolution. The COG put in place a committee, a secretariat that was supposed to help run the day-to-day affairs of the COG. But the secretariat is now seems to be also taking over or working on intergovernmental relations. But I think in their wisdom, those that crafted this act wanted just one secretariat for both the COG and the national government or the summit, so that this one secretariat, would work to harmonize these 2 bodies, so that if there were issues, then nobody felt that they need to advise this party to go to court. We all know that in the early years, there's a lot of cases in court that were taken by the COG and the counties against the national government. Maybe this was because there was no neutral secretariat. Now, I think at the first or the second summit meeting, it was resolved that the COG should have its own secretariat, aside from the Intergovernmental Relations Technical Committee. Now, this, of course, had required an amendment to the Act. So the amendment so far has not been done. So, one then imagines that, legally it is still the IGRTC who really should be running the day-to-day affairs of the COG, as time moves on. Maybe it was, as time, in emerging issues, it's emerged really that maybe the COG does need a secretariat that runs the internal affairs of the counties. But when it comes to intergovernmental relations, it would be better to keep one secretariat for both, because, as I've said earlier, this secretariat, is one that seeks to harmonize, the relations between the 2 units, rather than sort of, create adversarial positions, as we have seen so far. So, in the financial year 2015-2016, the IGRTC, that's the year that the IGRTC was established in February 2015, finally put in place. It operated, without an operational budget at all, and from the Treasury, and instead it relied on funds from partners like Ahadi, and Ahadi did give some fundings with which the IGRTC used to conduct some baseline studies, because when we came on, we found that there was a lot that was not clear. There's a lot that nobody knew any answers to, and this, therefore, called for studies. I won't hesitate to tell you that it is made up of scholars. The IGRTC, I think, has got 3 professors, 2 PhD holders, etc. So we think more of studies. What does it say before we act? Yes. So we went in. So with the funds that we got from Ahadi, we did a study. One of them was the state of devolution and emerging issues in intergovernmental relations. And this is a very, very good study. We are going to launch it soon and disseminate it. And in there, you'll find a lot of issues emerging, because any new system, that comes on board normally will throw out a lot of, emerging issues. So it's the same with our devolved system.